So you asked for this video and here we go. Hi everybody, my name is Iza and this is Moody Eye Makeup channel. Today I'm going to show you 3 very easy ways to do your eye makeup, beginner friendly, and it's not time consuming at all. If you're interested in this type of video, then please keep on watching, but before, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Guys, I'm really sorry for not uploading on Thursday. I was sick for... now it's the 10th day of being sick. I'm still not okay, but I really wanted to keep on doing videos, so here we go. In the meantime, I turned 30, hence the balloons in the background and they are too big, so you cannot see them in a full size, but yeah, it says 30. Okay, let's move on to the video. So the first thing that I would really highly recommend is to apply eyeshadow base, primer, or some kind of a concealer or paint pot. I've applied MAC paint pot for today. If you have problems with your eyeshadow moving around too much, especially if you have hooded eyes like I do, then I would highly recommend using some kind of powder on top of that primer, or at least like a white or translucent eyeshadow. First, you just need to tap out the concealer from any fine lines so that you don't lock that in. I will come closer and then we will begin. Okay, we are up and close. I'm gonna use Retro Palette from Tasha Denona, because I'm really digging these shades right now. I really think they suit me the best. Okay, we are going to start with the easiest eyeshadow look. For this, you're gonna need 3 brushes, and it's also the most appropriate for everyday look. So I'm gonna use these 3. This is a very small blending brush. Then this one is exactly the same, but it's bigger. This one is pinched here, so it's a little bit flat. So the best thing to do is, after you prepped your eyelids, to find a shade that is just a little bit darker than your skin, maybe a shade or 2, not more. I'm gonna actually use this one. This is kind of lavendery type of shade, and every time you dip into the palette, take the excess off. The best thing to do is to go to the back of your hand, remove the excess, and at the same time you push in the product so that you don't have product just in one spot. And then you want to find the crease, so it's right where the eyeball ends and where the bone from the eyebrow begins. And then I would go a little bit lower than that, especially if you don't have that much space as I do between eye and eyebrow, just because when you blend it out, it's going to blend out upwards. So if you start too up, it's going to blend into the eyebrow and it's not a pretty look, trust me. So I'm starting a little bit lower than that, and I'm using windshield motions just to blend that shade. And then you just need to take time with blending, especially with this one, because this one is a transitional shade. But if you have more space between eye and eyebrow, you can blend up a little bit more. And sorry for my voice, but I think that if I would wait for my normal voice to come back, I wouldn't upload for at least 1 week. That's that. And you can see how simple that was. Then I'm gonna use the smallest brush and I'm gonna dip into the lightest shade. This one is actually a matte. It's like a pinky white, I believe. But you can use a shimmery shade if you want to. It just needs to be really bright. It needs to be lighter than your skin, basically. And then you're just going to apply that one in a corner of your eye, just to brighten that a little bit, and that helps also if you have your eyes a little bit closer to each other so that they look a little bit more further apart, and it also opens up your eye. And then I'm gonna use exactly the same shade underneath my brow. Then I'm gonna use the third brush, this one is the third one, and I'm gonna use the shade that it's a little bit darker than the crease shade. So I've used this one for my crease. So now I'm gonna go in with this one. And again, once I dip into the palette, into the eyeshadow, I'm gonna take the excess off on the back of my hand, and then I'm gonna actually start blending that one. I'm pushing it first into my outer corner. I'm just pushing it in because I don't want that to fall down and to ruin my concealer. And then I'm starting to use circular motions to blend that one into the crease a little bit, but just in the outer corner. That's it. So that's that. And then I'm using some kind of a shimmery shade. This one is pretty light. I'm using my finger for this one because shimmery eyeshadow it's best used with your finger. So I'm just tapping it in the center part of my eyelid. So this is the first very, very simple way to do your daily eye look. Now I'm just gonna use mascara. So this is the first eye look done. It's very simple, it's very gentle, it looks flawless, it's not too much, but it looks beautiful. The second look is going to be just a bit darker than this one, but you will see it's maybe even easier to do than the first one. It depends. I'm gonna use a smaller flat brush. Then I'm gonna use a bigger blending brush, and that's it. So only 2 brushes. And I'm gonna apply this shade that it's kind of medium. It's not very light, but it's not very dark. And this one is actually shimmery shade, but you can go with the matte shade if you want to. And again, I'm taking the excess off on the back of my hand. And now I'm just gonna push that shade all over my eyelids. I'm just pushing it in, and I'm going a little bit higher in the outer corner, just a touch. And then I'm gonna use the blending brush, and now I'm blending with the bigger brush the outer corners. And then I'm using the first brush again. I'm going in and like in between my bottom eyelashes. I cannot pull a really pretty face when I'm doing my bottom eyelashes. I'm always looking rather silly. And you can go back in if you want to, and you can intensify that shade, but leave the corners blended as they are. I'm gonna go back in with my finger, and I'm gonna use this shade now. Again, because it's a shimmer, it's the best applied with your finger. And I'm just tapping it in the center part of my eyelid. And then I'm gonna use my pinky finger and I'm gonna apply it in the center on the bottom part. If you want to, you can also apply it in the inner corner. I always like to apply my mascara now on the bottom eyelashes as well, because your eyes are looking bigger in that way. If you have very big eyes, then you can skip this step. So that's the second look. So the first look and the second look. So I wanted to show you one look that it's a bit darker, a little bit more appropriate maybe for evening or for some kind of special occasion, but at the same time that it's extremely simple. So I'm gonna use this more dense flat brush, one bigger fluffier blending brush, and I'm gonna actually see with this one where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna actually start with the shade that it's the darkest. Again, I'm removing the excess on the back of my hand. Then I'm starting to apply this eyeshadow near my eyelashes, and I have some leftover of that mascara, so because of that I'm going in like from the angle, and then I'm slowly building up this shade and I'm going at the same time upwards. So I'm blending it by pushing in the product and going a little bit higher up. So this is very, very simple and perfect if you have hooded eyes, because it's the easiest way to handle this skin that falls over your eyelids. So I'm just pushing in, and then I'm going in with clean, big fluffy brush, and now I'm using circular motions to blend that out. But again, as you saw, I didn't go very high up because I don't want to go too high, because with blending I'm already going quite high. Really nice trick is that you can always go back with your beauty blender or concealer brush and you can clean the outer edges, because especially if you have hooded eyes, you really want this edge to go very steep up to your temples. You can leave it here, or you can go with the same brush underneath and, you know, achieve a little bit more dramatic, smoky eye look. As I already said, this is it. You can leave it here, or you can go back in with some highlighting shades, so as we did before. So you can go again like with some light eyeshadow in the inner corner underneath your brow arch, and you can stop here, or if you want to, this is very matte, you can also use now again your finger and you can choose shade that you like, maybe shimmery shade, and then you can go all over if you want to. You can do that as well. And you can use other clean finger to blend out a little bit. Don't be afraid to use your fingers. And again, you can go back in with your pinky finger and you can apply that shade underneath as well. And now if you want this to be even darker, and I'm not gonna do that because I wanted to keep it really simple and easy, but you can go in with your eye pencil and just smudge it in between your eyelashes. So this is the third eye look finished. So again, very simple, very easy to do. You just need the right equipment. So you need kind of medium quality eyeshadows and brushes that are not like extremely cheap, but that they can be drugstore, but a good soft synthetic eye brushes will do. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. It would mean so much if you could like this video and subscribe. You can always comment down below your wishes for next videos. Have fun with your makeup. Don't be too harsh on yourself, and practice. With practice, you will do better. So that's it. Have a lovely, lovely day and see you in my next video. Bye.